Dear students, welcome to Tamil Nadu Teachers Education University offered online course on Women Empowerment. I am Dr. K. Vijaya, Assistant Professor, Department of Curriculum Planning and Evaluation, Tamil Nadu Teachers Education University, Karapakkam, Chennai 97, Tamil Nadu, India. Today, let us learn about women empowerment in this fourth module, Empowerment of Women. Reach high, for stars lie hidden in your soul dream. Deep for every dream precedes the goals, said by Mother Teresa. Objectives. After attending this class, you will be able to understand meaning and scope of women empowerment, approaches to empowerment, role of women in development, role of gender in development, role of human development index, the consequence and implications of human development index, types of women empowerment. Meaning of women empowerment. Women empowerment refers to increasing the spiritual, political, social, educational, gender, or economic strength of individuals and communities of women. Women's empowerment in India is heavily dependent on many different variables that included geographical location, education status, social status, and age. Meaning of women empowerment in this. Meaning of women empowerment. Women's empowerment may be defined in several ways, including accepting women's viewpoint, making on efforts to seek them, and raising the status of women through education, awareness, literacy, and training. Women's empowerment equips and allow women to make life determining decisions through the different societal problems. They may have the opportunity to redefine gender role or other such roles, which allow them more freedom to purchase desired goals. Scope of women empowerment. Corporate social responsibility risk. Scope of women empowerment. Nations, business, communities, and groups may benefits from implementing programs and policies that adopt the notion of female empowerment. Women empowerment enhancing the equality and the quantity of quality human resource available for development. Economic empowerment allow women to control and benefits from resources, assets, and income. It also aids the ability to manage risk and improve women's well-being. Approaches to environment. Four major approaches to empowerment have been experimented upon. Integrated development approach, economic empowerment approach, consciousness raising approach, and research, training, resource support approach. At the conceptual level, each is different from the others, but at operational level, there is considerable overlap among all of them. All the four have one thing in common: importance of group formation to build solidarity among women. Integrated development approach. This approach considers women development integral to the betterment of family and equality, thereby community. Therefore, it focuses on alleviating poverty, meeting basic survival needs, reducing gender discrimination, and increasing self-esteem of women, strengthening women's economic status, thereby raising their states in the family and in community is seen as an important component of empowerment in this approach. Education here implies knowledge of their civil and legal rights, awareness regarding their poor health, high fertility, lack of basic several services such as water, fuel, credit, childcare, etc. Consciousness raising approach. This approach believes that women's empowerment can't be marginalized without awareness of the various factors which cause women subordination. The emphasis is on organizing women into collectives and tackling the very sources of subordination. Education is considered central in developing new consciousness. The long term goal for these women groups is to be independent of any external stimuli and determine their priorities themselves. Research training, resource support approach. Research training emphasizes participatory action research and gender sensitive methodology, training of activities at different levels, creation of the learning materials for poor and illiterate women with a feminist perspective, including audio visuals, publication journals and magazines to raise conception issues, to communicate up to date information, advocating women's concern at local, regional, national, and international levels in order to bring about changes in perspective of government policies, agencies, etc. Finally, participating in women network at different levels to promote the objectives of women empowerment. Economic empowerment approach. This approach to consider economic strength as the basic of the social, political, and psychological power. Women in development. Women in development is an approach of the development projects that emerged in the 1960s calling for the treatment of women issues in the development projects. It is the integration of the women into the global economic by the improving their status and assisting in total development. However, the priority of women in development later become considered with how women could contribute to development of the away from its initial goals of the addressing equity, gender and development. Gender and development is on the interdisciplinary field implements and feminist approaches to understanding and addressing the disappearing part of the economic development. Gender and development implements the ethnographic research to the understand how development policy and practices affects the everyday life of targeted people or areas. The development offers men and women differently. The study of the gender's relation to development has gathered major interest among scholars and international policymakers. The field has undergone major theoretical shifts, beginning with women in development, shifting to women and development, and finally become the contemporary gender and development human development index. The index is based on human development approach developed by Moff Hawk anchored in Amartya Sen's work on human capabilities and often framed in terms of whether people are able to be and do desirable things in life. The freedom of choice in the centers. Someone choose to be hungry is quite different from the someone who is hungry become because they cannot afford to buy food or because the country is in a famine. The country scores a higher level of human development index. When the lifespan is higher, the education level is higher, the gross national income per capita is higher. Gender development index. Gender development index is an index designed to measure gender equality. GDI, together with the gender empowerment measures, was introduced in 1995 in the Human Development Report written by the United Nations Development Programme. The aims of this measurement was to add a gender sensitive dimension to Human Development Index. The Human Development Index and the GDI were created to rival the more traditional gender income based measure to development such as gross domestic product and the gross national product. Types of women empowerment. There are 5 types of women empowerment. One is physiological women empowerment. Second one is educational women empowerment. Third one is economic women empowerment. Fourth one is social women empowerment. Finally, political women empowerment. Role of NGOs. Supplementation of government efforts organizing the rural women, building various model of the experiment, representing the rural women, promoting technology in rural area, activating the rural delivery system, providing effect and efficient training on rural women, monitoring and evaluation, impact assessment, planning and implementation. Women's Empowerment Scheme. Women Empowerment Scheme for Beti Bachao Scheme, One Stop Center Scheme, Women Helpline Scheme, Working Women's Hostel, Shwadar Grey Scheme, Mahila Police Volunteers. Thank you.